Welcome and welcome back to Coffee Talk, where we chat and drink our coffee like friends up in the kitchen together in an unfiltered, unedited way and just catch up. Um, Thanks for tuning in today. I am wearing a little bit of makeup today. Just sometimes when I feel like I look puffy or really tired, I'll just do like a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lighter eyeshadow kind of in the middle, and then I don't do anything on the outside actually, and then I just put concealer over my under eye baggage. I am so tired. I did 6 hours of interviewing yesterday over Zoom, and it was like the same, me telling the same stories about myself and why I'm an excellent employee over and over again. And it was like, it just was draining. It is Saturday today, though. It is snowing, and I'm actually, my friend Steve is coming over to hopefully try a little bit of singing and hopefully get my piano back in tune, because when I do practice, it just sounds a little wonky, a little spooky. It hasn't been tuned since, well, I think I'm gonna maybe like vlog a little bit today. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it hasn't been tuned since right after I got it, which was 3.5 years ago. So it definitely needs a tune up, but it's not, it shouldn't be so out of shape. If you're like a pro musician and like you are using your instrument all the time, you should probably be getting your piano tuned every 6 to 9 months. And if you are not a professional musician, you should still get it done like once a year, just for like maintenance and upkeep. When I first moved into this apartment, I got this beautiful old piano for free. It was an upright, paid, I want to say like $700 to move it in. And then my girlfriend, who is a piano tuner, I hired her to come tune this piano, and she got in, and I guess the family had not tuned it in like 30 years. And she was like, "Girl, I am so sorry, but I cannot tune this. This is so busted." And I went, "What?" So I was crestfallen and heartbroken, because I had moved this beautiful old piano into my apartment, and she was like, "It's a beautiful plant stand, but you cannot tune this." Like, she was saying that like basically she went to tune it, and like the tuning board like it was not even like in the tuning board anymore. It was like the tuning board was so warped and cracked and stuff. It was bad. So anyway, she had a friend who taught music in Connecticut, and he had this piano that I have now, and he was hoping to like rehome it to a student or somebody who like needed a piano. And we got connected and had a coffee, and he decided that I was the perfect person for his piano. And it's a beautiful piano. It's a beautiful sound. It's very warm, because some pianos can sound like, when you listen to a live piano and not one that's like electronic, they can have different tones and timbres. And I prefer a sound that's a little bit warmer, a little bit like woodier, a little bit more like cushiony. Some people like a very bright piano sound because it kind of can cut through. It can be a bit louder, and you can really like hear it, especially if you're singing. But I like it a little bit like, I almost think of it like a bit more gentle, like a little bit of like a warm hug sound. And I really I love it. So somebody's gonna have to pry this piano out of my cold dead hands someday. I think I worked with a keyboard for many years, like an electronic keyboard, and there is nothing like a real piano. And when I first moved in here, I had no idea that I would get sick. I had no idea. And so like I kind of had this vision of like hosting people for like salons, and like having a bunch of people come and sing, and kind of hosting these like events here. It did not pan out that way. COVID, I think, took everybody by surprise in that way with gatherings and stuff. And obviously, since I became immunocompromised, like, it's a lot like fewer and far between that people are willing to kind of like take precautions to do stuff like that. There are a few people. I have seen like here and there some salons and stuff, but now that where the piano is situated, it would just be too small. It would be too challenging, I think, to get more than like 2 singers in there at a time, and I'd have to like I would rearrange the furniture and stuff to have people over, but it's still pretty cramped. But anyway, I've just been so busy. I'm so tired. So it's kind of nice. It's snowing today, so it's kind of quiet. And it feels nice and cozy in here. I definitely have some project clutter building up. There are a couple of like sweaters that I found that have moth holes in them that I want to get fixed by my tailor, but it's kind of on pause until I get my job offer and I know I have income, because I know it's going to be a little bit expensive. So I have like a bag with that. I have a bag of clothes to declutter. I have a bag of clothes to go back to the storage unit. I have like Christmas decorations, like some of them are still up, some of them are kind of starting to get packed. So I kind of feel like I have a little bit of like clutter. I don't want to say it's like building back up, because that sounds like it's like a permanent fixture or like it's like coming back or something, but I feel like I am in a bit of a transition-y time, and I have been still kind of recuperating from COVID and the flu. I've been doing all these job interviews that's been kind of like sucking the soul out of me, and that's been taking like 150% of my energy. So like putting all the medicine that I was taking every day for COVID and the flu back into the medical department is a chore that I need to do. I have like a pile of laundry that I need to put away. That's a chore that I need to do. These kind of like project clutter containers is a project I need to do. So it's not interfering in my home or like the peace of my home yet, but I really do want to sort of tackle that this weekend probably, before it gets bad. But I also do need to rest, because I didn't sleep well last night either. This time it was not the neighbor's fault. This time it was just me and my brain. I didn't consciously feel stressed. And I do think I had like a soda in the afternoon with caffeine, so that also is my fault. But like I could not sleep. I tried everything, and I know I was resting, and I think I did sleep for a couple of hours, but like I can feel it in my like eyeballs, when your eyeballs almost feel like sandpaper because you haven't slept. And I am not somebody who functions well on little to no sleep. Like, I know parents out there, you all like power through on 2 hours because you've been up all night with the baby. I do not know how you do it. I do what I have to do, but I'm like on the struggle bus the whole time and complaining and being a goblin because I just don't function well. It does not help that I have literal chronic fatigue syndrome. But yeah, hats off to anybody who can function on no sleep, because it's not me. I tell you that much. I used to, before I got sick, I really prioritized my sleep. And I would still tend to get between 6 and 8 hours every night. And if it was more toward the side of 6, I would be crabby. I would be really crabby at work the next day. I sometimes, like, especially in kind of like weeks with like a crunch, like yesterday where I was like back to back to back and I was on the phone all day. I remember like when I was younger, my mother always used to say like, "Oh, you do better when you have a busy schedule. Like you do better when you're busy." And I think about that because I think when I was younger, I like struggled with more anxiety. So if I like had too much time to myself, I would be like spiraling or something. Um, or I don't know, like, or maybe because I wasn't quite as comfortable with just being by myself yet. But now I don't think I do well when I'm overly busy. I think it probably comes from like that old wives' tale, like a busy hands make light hearts or something like that. Like if you keep your hands busy, then you don't have time to think or feel or something like that. Like I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I feel how I feel about that saying. Um, but I think since I've kind of like done a bit more work on my mental health and my emotional health, like I hopefully you guys can't hear when I get a text message because that would be really embarrassing for me. I did say this was unfiltered and unedited. Okay, we're on do not disturb now, so hopefully no more text messages. Um if you guys didn't hear that ding that I just got, then I'm embarrassed, but whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Since I've done more work on myself, I think I do need more like decompression or like chill time. I also think that's possibly the long COVID, but also I think that's part of being a warm introvert. I like people a lot, and I enjoy hanging out with people, but I always need to. I just feel like my social battery gets drained so much quicker now. I think I am more like sensitive and more. I need more recharge time, more me time than I ever did before. I do also think that might be like a sign of the times though, because I think more and more with like the phones and the notifications and the like scrolling and like shortening of the attention span, like did you guys hear that they're even writing TV shows differently because they expect people to be like on their phones while watching TV now? So they're like they're in the scripts of the TV shows, they're writing things like a plot point. They'll have to say it like 3 or 4 times, like, you mean we have to get in that building past all that security? Yeah, we have to get in that building past all that security. Like they're dumbing things down because they expect everybody to be on their phone. And I'm like, if we can't use our brains anymore effectively because of like attention span issues and like what's gonna happen? Like that's crazy. I this is what I think about. This is what I worry about. So I didn't sleep last night. The night before I didn't sleep well either, but that was because I was in a spiral and going down a rabbit hole of like collectible. I think I told you guys that I do tarot cards. And there were like a couple of collectible tarot decks that I had noticed, and I realized that they were out of print. So I was like on Google at like 1 o'clock in the morning searching for these tarot decks. And then I found one, but the website looked like a scam. And I had already kind of like put my name in on the little form to buy it. And I was like, wait a minute. If I put my name in and it's a scam, do they already have everything about me? Like, because my phone is here. My phone has all my information on it. If I put it into my phone, does that mean that? And so then I was Googling whether the website was a scam or not. I got nothing. And then I was like, okay, but what if they already have my information? So hopefully I'm fine. I didn't get a notification from my bank that anything went through. So, But yeah, that was not good. I was up and I was like worried, and I was searching eBay because I was like, well, maybe it would be on eBay, and not good. I That night I actually did like sleep. I fully conked out. Last night I don't think I actually slept. Maybe a little bit, but like if I don't sleep, I at least lay there with my eyes closed, so at least my body is getting rest, even if I'm not fully like unconscious and deep sleep. Maybe some nights that's just all you can hope for, is to just like lay there with your eyes closed and like try really hard to sleep but not fully lose consciousness. But I really value that kind of sleep where you're like completely conked out, drools on your pillow, like I need that. Yeah, I don't know if I do better when I'm busier or if I'm better if I have more chill time. I think I think it depends on how secure you are in terms of getting left to your own devices. Cuz like if I'm good, or if I, feel good about myself, if my mental health is good and I'm left to my own devices, then that's great. I have chill time, I have creative time. I can think about videos I want to make. I can, meal prep, I can whatever. I guess I fill the chill time with stuff, projects. Um but I think I really need some of that like downtime or chill time. It also helps me like stay more organized at home if I do have chill time or like free time, because I can keep up with chores instead of like collapsing at the end of a day. But I do tend to fill free time. Like I went to the grocery store the other day because I had one day with nothing, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and I've been trying to get more protein in my diet because I've not been super like good about protein. And I've been like really stressed, and I just am like, okay, you need to eat some protein instead of just carbs and like fat. So I bought like a big thing of chicken, and I was like, I'm going to meal prep this chicken. Um but it's like I already have like the project clutter bags, I have the laundry to put away, and now I've added meal prep to that. But I know the meal prep is going to help me feel better, just like getting all this stuff put away is going to help me feel better. But I was interviewing for like 6 hours yesterday, and I was on the phone for 9 hours yesterday. So all I want to do is just like sit here and just stare at the snow as it comes down. So I feel like you can see my conundrum here. Does this make any sense? I do think that's a good question, though, or a good, valid question. So, if you guys feel better when you're scurrying around and doing lots of stuff, leave that in the comments. And if you do better with like chill time, time at home, recuperation time, leave that in the comments. Leave your theories in the comments. Also, leave the proper phrasing of that old wives' saying in the comments, because I tell you what, I butchered that. Busy hands make busy hearts. No, that's wrong. Busy. What is it? What is it? I'm never gonna remember. Oh, anyway. Did you all get the half price chocolate after Christmas? Because I sure did. I sure did. I filled my Christmas bowl with the Lindor truffles. I'm gonna be eating these till Valentine's. My neighbor did give me these mint chocolate, which was very sweet. So that's on my coffee table. What else? I was gonna say more to you guys. I felt like I had like things to say. I feel like I am getting closer to a job offer, and then that's gonna be a whole new phase of life. Which is gonna be great because I've had some time off. Spacemaker happened. This YouTube channel happened, and I think it's time to get back to it and kind of see what that rhythm looks like. What did I just spill on my coffee table? Oh, nothing. Never mind. But part of me, I think, is a little bit like nervous because I have been in this not working phase for so long. Part of me is like, can I do it? Am I capable? You know, especially because some of these roles do require some time in the office. Some of them are fully remote, but some of them do require time in the office. And so part of me is like, am I capable? Can I do the commute again? I mean, especially like I'm looking outside and it's snowing and I'm like, oh, I definitely do not want to go out there. But if it was a day where I had to go to the office, I would have to go out there. So I'm just like, you know, I think part of it is like, you know, buckle up, buttercup, just get ready. And part of it is maybe being kind and compassionate to myself and kind of just being like, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a new phase of life. It's going to be, you know, different, and you're going to have to find your rhythm and your routine and stuff, and see how it goes and see what happens. So yeah, anyway, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about, you know, what this is going to be moving forward. YouTube sent me an email and they were like, you should start memberships for your channel. We really want you to. And I was thinking about what that would mean and what that would look like. And I was thinking about maybe I could talk about more kind of like, not inappropriate stuff, but stuff that maybe is a bit more like I would ordinarily censor myself to the general public. And then, you know, I could talk about my spiritual side, or like I could talk about my, you know, some stuff, some funny stories from the past or whatever, like stuff that I might ordinarily like censor or like might not be for like the public eye, but like for a membership possibly. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it because honestly, I don't have like a good like schedule on YouTube yet, and so I would feel a bit disingenuous offering memberships without having like an established routine on YouTube. Not disingenuous, because that's not true, but like I'm just very aware. I'm very aware that like if people are paying me for something, then I need to make sure that it's worth their value, especially in like these times where a lot of people are struggling, myself included. It's like, I want to make sure that you feel you're getting your money's worth if you are buying a membership from me. So, I just have to think through that before actually like pulling the trigger and offering that. I am putting together an Amazon. Some of you guys, like, I want to say 3 or 4 of you guys have commented asking me to put together an Amazon wish list. And I am doing that. So probably for the next video, I should have that put together. What else? I guess that's it. I'm leaving up my Christmas twig until probably Valentine's Day. At least until I have a job offer. Because why not? It's fun. Probably some of the other Christmas decor is gonna get put away. But the Christmas twig will stay for a while longer. Yes. I guess that's it. Sunshine was really cute this morning. She came up and she snuggled right here in my armpit and like put her head right here on my shoulder. It was so cute. It was like, she did that yesterday too, except it was right before I had to get up for my first interview, and I felt really mean moving her. So I was happy she did it again today. It felt nice to cuddle and catch up. Yeah, based on all that snow out there, I don't know if I am going anywhere outside my house today. I think I'm probably going to stay here. Can probably, once I finish coffee number 2 or something, I can maybe tackle some of these piles, these clutter piles, project piles. I do think, people are like, oh, could you like get back to the way it was before? No, I don't think I will ever get back to the way it was before, but I do sometimes catch myself, like, especially in stressful or in uncertain times, I like can, like, with the groceries a little bit, I have noticed like I can overbuy in one category, or like, I don't know, I may need to like rework my grocery shelf a little bit, because like there are bits of it that are not quite working how I need them to. I'm trying to think of like what, like I just have that one, like, anyway, that might be another video or something, but like it's definitely like I have a bit more food than just that one shelf can hold right now. And I think it's from overbuying, but I also think it's from like a little bit of the ADHD, like, oh, I want to try this and I want to have that, and oh, that sounds good, and it's kind of like impulse instead of like actually planning. But I have also been using stuff up, like my coffees. Like I'm on to my this is the 3rd bag of coffee that was in that basket of coffees. So I am definitely making progress, and I did buy another box of tea, because I've been using 5 tea bags at a time to make iced tea to drink and have in the fridge. So I did buy another box of tea, but I didn't use up all my tea before I did that. I just used up like all of a certain, like I used up all my Earl Grey, and so I just bought another box of Earl Grey, which I think is fine. Yeah, so I do think like certain things are for sure working in my kitchen and in my food buying, and other things are maybe like still a little bit of a work in progress, which I think is okay, because I finished my first pass. That was huge. And I'm kind of like doing second passes here and there. And I think I'll be able to have a bit more of a clear head once I have my job, and I'll feel a little bit less like of that kind of scarcity, like mindset, and that scarcity like desire to like hold on to stuff because I'm scared, as opposed to like being clear-minded and being like, yes, I have an income, if I give this away and I really need it someday, which probably not, but if I really need it, I can rebuy it. When right now I'm just like, I can't buy anything. I'm scared. So I think that might be part of my issue. It's like, I think when you're under stress, you need to be really kind to yourself mentally, because sometimes you just can't think clearly or make decisions clearly. And the way that my schedule has been, my inbox has been with this job hunt, I don't know if I've been making the best, like, clear-headed decisions. But I'm also trying to be kind to myself and compassionate to myself, because I'm in a position, I like had a pending job offer for 6 weeks, and then it got taken away, and that was right before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving to Christmas, nothing happens in the hiring market. And so, like, obviously, since New Year's has started, it's been nonstop of interviewing, applying, all, like, the ball has been rolling, which has been great. But at the same time, I'm like feeling the squeeze financially and stuff. And so I'm like, again, I'm trying not to repeat myself 800 times, but I think I'll be able to make those better decisions, like when I have a job, I have income, it'll be a lot easier to purge and get rid of stuff. And not even like get rid of stuff, but just like be like, you know what, girly pop, you have like 6 cans of soup at home that you can eat for like 6 different dinners. So maybe chill on buying pasta or whatever you were thinking of buying. Like, you don't need pasta, you have soup. Or like, what, like this week we're using up this thing. We're doing overnight oats for breakfast with protein powder or whatever. Like, just, I feel like I'm not, like, the wires are not circuiting properly. Send help. Okay, anyway, this was fun. I hope any of this made sense. I don't even know what am I gonna call this? This was all over the place. But I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm hoping to have like a filmed and edited video posted for you guys this week, plus a special video that I will post about on my YouTube community tab before it launches, and do like a little shorts preview on all my social media. Thank you guys to anyone this week who has sent me a coffee on PayPal. I really appreciate you guys. I try to write thank you to everybody who does that or sends a super chat. I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.